Okay, gotta remember to stare at that, not at that. So that is me, and that is you. I decided I need to personalise you. Like, I think you need a name. I think it would be so much easier and I would talk so much more freely if you had a name. So I'm thinking I'm going to call you Jeremy, because why not? Because it's like then, hey Jeremy, how are you? Not just me talking to a lens. So yeah, so Jeremy, today I'm going to tell you about my experience that I had last week, and for the first time I went to the doctors. So I've been living in Denmark now for like over a year and a half, and I had never needed to go to the doctors. I have been to A&E once, and that was when I decided to put this finger in the blender. I do have a scar, I think you can, yeah, you can make it out. Yeah, I decided to try and chop my finger off, which was a really good idea. Yeah, by putting my finger in a blender. Long story short, it was a hand blender and it was filled with gunk, so I used my finger, as you would, to clean it out, and then at the same time turned it on. So that was good. So I went to A&E and actually had a really smooth, easy journey. I mean, I've never actually been to A&E in the UK, or I have when I broke a bone, but I don't remember it because I was a child. All I've heard is bad things about A&E in the UK. Yeah, at least here, the A&E for me was super quick, super easy, and it was on like a Saturday night or something, so it was surprisingly good. Not many people, clean, fast, they gave me stitches, I'm all sorted. I got ill, but not emergency ill. I needed to see someone like within a few hours, but it wasn't an emergency, so I didn't need to go to the hospital as such. So what there is you are obviously assigned a doctor when you get here. If you register, you get your yellow card, which is this. I'm not going to show all of you it because, there you go, I'm not going to show all of it because it's got my personal details on there obviously, but got my doctor at the top, so you're assigned a doctor. And if you move place, like I did, you get the option to change your doctor. Well, you can do that anyway, but when you move house, you have to then change your doctor anyway, which I did to a closer location. So I didn't know really what to do, but what I've gathered is if you need to go to the doctor and if it's urgent, you can call between the hours of 8 and 10, 8 and 9. It's either 8 or 9 or 8 to 10, depending on your doctor. And you can speak to the doctor and hopefully they can fit you in, but generally if you call after that, then you'll speak to the receptionist and they will book you in. But I spoke to them earlier and managed to get in the next day with the comment of it's very busy, which doesn't surprise me when you live in a country that provides free healthcare. And actually it was a super easy, quick process. It was like good. I've had a good experience. I turned up and there was no one there. It was like clean white surgery. With a few chairs, and I had no idea what I was doing. There was a desk where I guess a receptionist would sit and wasn't there, but then there was a screen which is actually where you swipe your yellow card again. So on the back of this you have a swipe panel, and you swipe it, at least on my experience, and so you swipe it and it tells you that you've checked into your appointment. And because I'd spoken to the doctor, obviously she knew I was English and she knew what I was coming for, so she took me straight in and got it sorted. And then I needed some medicine. So usually in the UK, I don't know what it's like where you are from, but usually you're given a paper slip and it's signed by the doctor, and then you take it to your pharmacy. And it's a similar process here, but everything goes on your yellow card, so you don't have to faff around with paper or losing forms or whatever. It's all on here, which is great. So you just take this to a pharmacy near you, and when you get there you swipe and take a ticket, because they like ticket systems here, which again is something different to the UK because we're massive queuers. So you swipe it. So yeah, when you get called, you go up and you get your medicine, and it is more expensive than the UK. That's something I've noticed. For this three days of antibiotics cost me 120 kroner, I would say. So that's about £13, I would say, £14 maybe in the UK, which is quite expensive. In the UK, we have a system where you have a cap on how much you spend for your prescriptions, which they may do here, and that might be the cap, and it's just more expensive because living in Denmark is more expensive. But they might not, as this is the first medicine I've ever bought. I have no idea. Got the medicine, paid for it, and that's that. And it was done in an hour, less maybe. And that was my experience. Now I know not everyone's had a good experience. Maybe I've looked at. If I need to see the doctors again, touch wood, I don't. But as of now, A&E and the doctors have been both quick, easy and helpful, like really, really good. So I can only praise the good experience of Danish doctors and their good welfare system. And being obviously an EU citizen, you get the healthcare as well. So that's been good. So what about you? What's your healthcare system like where you're from? Is it much different to here? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.